Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Victoria and Nick sit at the bar in society discussing when to set up the quarterly meeting. Once they have wrapped up the business talk, she remarks on how much work slips through the cracks when you are busy dealing with nearly getting murdered. It's good they are so good at what they do. After a little fist bump, Nick tells his sister how nice it is to focus on work after all the bullets they dodged. Victoria points out they didn't all dodge the bullets. Nick is just grateful things worked out. He's sure the old man has a lot of years left in him. Unless he doesn't, Victoria counters. She explains that when she checked in on their father earlier, he seemed morose about the future. It's not like him. Nick says he could have died, but didn't, and he's likely just taking stock of his life. She gets that, but it was still unnerving, and she'll never be ready for the day they lose their parents. He's with her on that, but it's inevitable. They just need to enjoy the time they have and love them as much as they can. Nick reminds her of how many close calls their dad has had. He always comes back stronger than before and has a lot of life left in him. He better, she says. Harrison is with his parents on the Crimson Lights patio. They have snacks, and he tells them he needs to make a shoebox diorama about a typical day at home. He already has lots of ideas and would like his parents to help. Summer suggests they have dinner at the Abbott mansion to start right away. When Kyle reacts warily, Summer backtracks, but his son begs him to agree. Kyle caves. Harrison is sure that his friends will be doing dioramas about playing games, but he wants to do one about his family sitting around the dining room table. His favorite part of the day is when they eat together. Laughing, Kyle is sure Jack will love that. Harrison adds he loves it best when his mom is there. Summer loves that but points out that's not typical. Harrison seems disappointed, so they assure him he doesn't need to change a thing. Awkwardness ensues, but Harrison is super excited. He wants to put Mrs. Martinez in the diorama too. Kyle hands him money to run inside and buy her a treat. Summer apologizes to Kyle if she infringed on plans he had for the night. He admits he was supposed to have dinner with Claire and Victor, which is likely why he's happy to have a reason to get out of it. Claire wants to show her grandfather that he's a good guy. Summer had no idea they'd reached the point where they require Victor's blessing. She can't recall them going to extremes to win her grandfather's approval. Kyle points out Victor's opinion of him has changed since then. His ex says it looks like things are getting serious with Claire. Kyle asks if that will be a problem, but Summer assures him it won't be. She's happy for him as long as he's happy, and Claire is better than Audra. He goes on about how Claire is the most incredible woman he's been with, but then apologizes if that sounds like a dig at her. It's just fresh, and he's excited about the future. Harrison returns with a cupcake for Mrs. Martinez. It's his favorite kind, and his mom teases that he must be planning on having her share it with him. Claire wanders into the new ranch and surprises Victor as he's looking at his tablet. As she takes off her coat, they chat about her work ethic and all the wonderful work she has been doing at Chancellor. They discuss his recovery, and he assures her that he'll be back at the heavy bag in no time. When she asks him to dinner, he says he'd love it. When she adds it will include Kyle, he says that's a different story. Claire assumes he's looking for an excuse. Her grandfather explains he can't condone her relationship with Kyle. She's not backing down. Victor is impressed that she's so stubborn. She's a Newman. Flatly, Victor tells Claire that Kyle is wrong for her. He's sure she can't see beyond the romance of it all. That seems condescending to Claire. She wants him to see the man she knows and see why he's so good for her. Adjusting in his chair and groaning in pain, Victor admits that this is about Kyle being Jack's offspring. He detests that man and has had decades of bad relations with him and his mendacity. When she suggests they let the past go, her grandfather points out that Kyle just stabbed his own family in the back and stole from them. Claire suggests that he had more than a little to do with that. Waving his finger, Victor refuses to take the blame.